All right, this is chapter 1-1. This is a lesson on rational numbers, and there's some things that we need to be aware of, some terminology. And so I want to go over that first. First of all, let's look at this term here. When you see the word natural numbers, this is what I want you to think about. When we first learn to count, naturally, what number do we start at? If you're 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, and you're counting for your mom or dad or grandma or whoever, you're not going to start from a fraction. You're not going to start from a negative number. You naturally start from the number one. And that's what natural numbers are. What do you naturally do when you count? You start from one and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and on and on and on. Those are called natural numbers. All right. Now, there's one that's called whole numbers. All right. And there's only one difference between the natural numbers and the whole numbers, and it's the number 0 right there. All right. So the rest is the same. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, on and on and on. So natural numbers start with 1, whole numbers start with 0. All right. And then you have what are called integers. All right. Your integers are your positive and negative numbers. Notice on this one, I'm going to start with dots in the front because they include negative numbers like -3, -2, -1, then 0, then the positive side of 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. So you notice what's happening here. There are numbers that come before it and after it. With natural and whole numbers, you start from 1 and go forward, or you start from 0 and you go forward. You don't go backwards to the negative side. But integers includes positive and negative whole numbers. Positive and negative whole numbers. So keep that one in mind. Also, let's do one that's called rational numbers. Rational numbers includes all of your natural, whole, and integers, but they also include fractions. I want to write those down. I want to write down fractions. They include fractions. They include decimals. They include integers. So some examples of your rational numbers. They also include percents. Rational numbers is like everything. So you can have a number that's a fraction like 1/2. It could be a negative number like an integer. It can be a negative mixed number. It can be a percent. It can be a decimal. It can be an improper fraction. It includes everything, right? Everything that are rational numbers. All right. So those are some examples of some rational numbers. Oh, another one I want to give you that people leave out with rational numbers. It also includes numbers that repeat. I have a line that goes on top. If it repeats, it's rational. Got it? If it never ends, but it repeats, it's rational. Also, another rational number would be a square root that is a perfect square, like the square root of 49. That's 7. That's rational. All right. So those are your terms. Now, whether you have a terminating or repeating decimal, all of those are rational. Well, you should see that in that beginning of that chapter, chapter 1-1. All right. Now, if you need to convert your fractions like this to decimals, you simply divide the bottom number into the top number. I just want to review that real quick with you so that you know. You're going to go 4 into 3. All right. You should know that 4 can't go into 3, so we add a decimal and a 0. That decimal goes straight up into your answer. 4 can't go into 3, so you put a 0 here. 4 does go into 30, goes in there 7 times. So 4 times 7 is 28. So when you subtract that, you get a 2. But what you got to do, if you remember, you add a 0 and you bring it down, and 4 goes into 25 times. So let's extend this line. Let's extend that line. All right. And let's write out 5 right here. And 4 times 5 is 20. So you got to subtract that. And that's how we get a 0 down there. No remainders. So 3/4 is the same as 0.75. They are equivalent and they are both rational numbers. All right. That's it for this part of this lesson.